Hello, let's discuss custom controls today. Implement custom controls with caution. If used, make the look and behavior of custom controls different from that of standard controls. Many toolkits and interface builders provide the ability to create custom controls. Implement them with caution. The user is currently presented with a multitude of controls whose usage and operation must be learned and remembered. The addition of custom controls adds to this learning and increases system complexity. If custom controls must be developed and implemented, make their look and behavior as different as possible from the standard controls. This will avoid confusion between the various controls. Okay. Presentation controls. Let's discuss this concept now. Presentation controls are purely informational. They provide details about other screen elements or controls or assist in giving the screen structure. Common presentation controls are static text fields, group box, columns, headings, tooltips, balloon tips, and progress indicates. Let's discuss all these things in detail. The description of static text fields. Read only textual information is the description. Purpose is to identify a control by displaying a control caption. Purpose is to clarify a screen by providing instructional or prompting information. Purpose is to present descriptive information. Usage of this static text field is to display a control caption, to display instructional or prompting information, to display descriptive information. Now let's discuss the description. A static text field, as illustrated in the figure, okay, we discussed that, provides read-only textual information. It is a standard Microsoft Windows control. The proper usage is use static text fields to create and present read-only information, including all control options. Also, using static text fields clarify screen usage by providing prompting or instructional information. Other descriptive screen information can also be provided through static text fields. Examples are headings, subheadings, slider scales, progress indicator text, and so on. In Microsoft Windows, static text cannot be selected, so avoid using it for any text the user might want to copy to the clipboard. This is the example of a static text field. Here is the caption, heading, and this some message. Now the guidelines of static text fields, captions. Okay, include a colon as part of the caption. Here we can see the colon. Here is the caption, colon. Here we can see. Include mnemonic for keyboard access. Yes. When the associated control is disabled, display dimmed. Follow all other presented guidelines for caption presentation and layout. Instructional and prompting information. Display it in a unique and consistent font style for easy recognition and differentiation. Follow all other presented guidelines for prompting and instructional information. Descriptive information. Follow all other guidelines for required screen or control descriptive information. Captions. Always include a colon as part of the caption. The colon immediately identifies the element as caption. In Microsoft Windows, colon is also used by screen review utilities. Include a keyboard equivalent mnemonic for all captions to provide keyboard access to its associated control. Captions may also provide a means of indicating that their associated controls are disabled. Follow all the rules for caption display presented throughout these guidelines. Instructional or prompting information. Display in a unique and consistent font style for easy recognition and differentiation. Follow all of the presented guidelines for prompting and instructional information. Guidelines for writing instructional and prompting information are found in separate. Okay, write clear text and messages. We discussed that. Descriptive information. Other descriptive information includes headings, subheadings, slider scales, progress indicator text, and so forth. Also follow all the rules for these other kinds of screen information presented throughout these guidelines. Now let's discuss group boxes. Description: a rectangular frame that surrounds a control or group of controls. An optional caption may be included in the frame's upper left corner. Purpose is to visually relate the elements of a control. Purpose is to visually relate a group of related controls. Proper usage is to provide a border around radio buttons or checkbox controls. To provide a border around two or more functionally related controls. The guidelines of group boxes, label or heading now. Typically use a noun or noun phrase for the label or heading. Provide a brief label or heading, preferably 1 or 2 words. Relate label or heading's content to the group box content. Capitalize the first letter of each significant word. Do not include ending colon. Follow all of the guidelines presented for control and section borders. The description. A group box is a standardized rectangular frame that surrounds a control or group of controls. An optional caption may be included in the frame's upper left corner. Standard Microsoft Windows groups are illustrated here. You can see there is a border around all the other controls with legend, okay, at the title at the upper left corner. Purpose or proper usage. The purpose of a group box is to visually relate the elements of a single control or a grouping of related controls. Group boxes should be used to provide a border around a radio button control, a grouping of related checkboxes, or 2 or more functionally related controls. Guidelines. Typically use a noun or noun phrase for group box labels or headings. Keep the text brief, 1 or 2 words. Consider the group box content and relate the control caption inside the group box to the label or heading being created. Use headline style capitalization but do not include any ending colon. Refer to all the guidelines presented for control and section borders in designing group boxes. Now let's discuss column headings. Description. Read only textual information that serves as a heading above columns of text or numbers. Can be divided into 2 or more parts. Purpose is to identify a column of information contained in a table. Proper usage is to display a heading above a column of information contained in a table. Guidelines of heading now. Provide a brief heading. Heading can include text and a graphic image. Heading. Capitalize the first letter of each significant word. Do not include an ending colon. The width of the column should fit the average size of the column entries. Doesn't support keyboard access. Description here is a column heading control, also known as header control, is used to display heading above columns of text or numbers. A column heading is illustrated in figure. It can be divided into 2 more parts, column heading and column part, like this. Column headings. Description. A column heading control, also known as header control, is used to display a heading above columns of text or numbers. A column heading is illustrated in the figure above we discussed. It can be divided into 2 or more parts. Purpose is to identify and display a heading above column of information contained in a table. Guidelines. Provide a brief heading. Headings can include text as well as a graphic image. Use the headline style of capitalization without an ending colon. The width of each column should fit the average size of the column entries. Column heading controls do not support keyboard access. Thank you for watching.